What's going on, YouTube? Team G Sale back with another pickup video. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. It's been a few weeks since I've uploaded a video, and I had a massive issue with my editing software. I use Adobe Premiere Rush, and for whatever reason, it wasn't recognizing my account. I had to literally delete the account, and I had like a video before this that was already queued up and ready to go, and I lost the whole video, and I had no mood to go back and re-record it. So this video, unfortunately, is I missed out on a bunch of stuff, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, it happens sometimes. I'm not a professional at this. I make mistakes, but I am back in my original recording area. I got the lighting and things are kind of back to normal, but I had to, like I said, I lost a video, so it's unfortunate, but here we are nonetheless. I want to jump right into the video today because we got lots of pickups going on here too. And don't forget, there are timestamps. So if you're not interested in toys, just into video games, just skip ahead and you can see all the stuff that you like instead of waiting through everything if that's what you want to do. If you haven't already done so, guys, hit that subscribe button. I'm about halfway to 600 subscribers, which is great. And that being said, I got some good stuff that I'm probably going to be giving away in the 600 subscriber video. So keep an eye out, and that should be coming out pretty soon. Smash that like button, share with anyone you know. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Team G Sale. But otherwise, guys, like we always do, let's start with non-video game pickups. All right, so this week we have a lot of stuff, and unfortunately, well, maybe not a lot, but we got some big stuff, and a lot of it is actually very old now because, like I said, I've just been having some issues and waiting for this stuff to come through. So I got this at a garage sale here in Stonewall. This was quite a while ago now. I don't know if you can see the sticker. It's $5. It's hard for me to get it in there. This is an actual construct set. It's complete with the case, the manual, and all the pieces. You know, I don't have a ton of success selling constructs, but for $5, I figured even if my kids just play with it, it's cool. But obviously, I'm going to try to sell it on Marketplace if I can. So there's the first pickup there. Next up, we'll start with toys here, I guess. Found this at the MCC in, this one was in, oh, where were we now? Steinbach. Oh, yeah, I went on a road trip. This was quite a while ago now. And unfortunately, there's no sticker on it. I must have fallen off. It is a plushie. Either way, this is a, I believe it's 2003 DreamWorks Donkey Stuffy plushie. I got this for $1, and they sell on eBay for a reasonable amount of money, so I'm probably going to put it locally first, and if I can't sell it, I will put it there. Okay, this is so cool. I had to let the air out when I saw this. I got this at the thrift store in the Global Connections thrift store in St. Pierre-Jolie. It was 50 cents. Again, I don't see the sticker on it. This is a Blockbuster beach ball, and it is in good shape. I had to deflate it to get it in the car. But yeah, this is just, I have this weird nostalgia for Blockbuster stuff. I'm sure I'm not the only one. And for 50 cents, I really couldn't pass it up. So yeah, there's that.
Imagine the perfect video store. It would have a great selection, right? Right! Over 10,000 videos. 3 evening rentals, so no rush, no hassle. Fast checkout. 24-hour quick drop return. Open late every night. Well, the perfect video store.
Welcome to Blockbuster Video.
Is popping up all over the country. There's one near you.
Blockbuster Video. Wow, what a difference.
Found this guy at a garage sale here in Stonewall. Now, we actually have a Anglican church here that does a yearly garage sale, but because of COVID, they haven't had one in almost 3 years. So there was a lot of stuff, and the interesting thing is there's no prices. So I brought up everything that I had bought, and there wasn't a lot. I'd say 7 or 8 items, and the guy goes, $5. So I honestly think I gave him like 8 or something. So this worked out to $1 an item. So first off, I got a Texas Instruments Speak and Math a handheld here. It's actually in the box with the styrofoam and everything. It's funny because the box was underneath the table, so I threw it in there, and yeah, it works. And I have a small collection of these, speak and spells and things like that. So that one I did not own, so I'm just going to throw that into my collection. Okay, I think that's it for toys. Yeah, that looks like it is. Okay, this is, I don't really know where to place this one. This was also at that Global Connections thrift store. The price is right there, $2. Sticker on there, our little tag. And this is a 1993 Toronto Raptors hat. It's a leather. It's vintage. I thought it was cool. I can't find any prices online for this thing. It's in pretty good shape. I'm actually going to give this to Neil. He's a big Raptors fan, and he likes vintage clothing, so I figured for $2 he can just have it. Okay, books. Not a lot this week. Found these 4 at the same garage sale as the Constructs. They were 4 for $1. These are Fraggle Rock books, so I got What Do Doozers Do? I might actually just keep these and read them to my son, but if not, I might sell them on eBay. I got What's a Fraggle? The prices are, $5, $6 a book online. Best Friends. And No One Knows Where Gobo Goes. I gotta admit, I wasn't a big Fraggle Rock fan. Not a show that... I do remember the show, but really was never into it. Found this at a garage sale in town here for $0.25. This is Ricky Ricotta's Mighty Robot versus the Mutant Mosquitoes from Mercury. So I'm gonna give this to my son. Kind of a cool little graphic novel for his age. Found this at a garage sale here in town. They actually threw it in for free with the other stuff I got, and that's Where's Waldo's Fantastic Journey. I bring these to my school. Kids kind of like to mess around with these sometimes, so there's that. All right, and that's it for books. I told you, I got 2 puzzles this week. This was at the same garage sale as the Constructs and the Fraggle Rock book, $0.25. It's a Gremlins puzzle. I thought it's kind of cool. It's vintage, complete. Probably try to sell that for more than $0.25 if I can. And lastly, for puzzles, got this for $1.99 at Value Village. Surprisingly, they still have stuff for that cheap there. And this is a Peanuts puzzle. I don't own this one, and I do collect Peanuts stuff, so this is just going into my very small Peanuts puzzle collection. All right, board games. I have a few here. The first one was 50 cents at the Steinbach MCC. And this is a game called Snafui. I've never heard of this before. Parker Brothers game, kind of cool, vintage. I thought for 50 cents, I'll grab it. And at the same thrift store for 50 cents, I got another game. This is a high-Q game. I do own a number of these. They're little puzzle games. This one's called Take 5. So I'll just be adding that to the collection. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have saw this story for the final 3 board games here. I'm going for a run. I do a 5K here in town 4 times a week, and passing this house, looked like they were moving, or they had a whole bunch of stuff sitting near the side of the road, and I see board games, and I go over, and there's 2 very collectible ones and then this other one. And I said to the woman, she happened to be outside, I said, do you want money for these? She goes, no, we were going to throw them away, take them. So I put them aside because I didn't want anyone else to take them. Ran home, got my car, came back and picked them up. So these were free. First off, Boogeyman by Parker Brothers. No, sorry, this is Big Deal Games. Milton Bradley. I have this game already. It does hold a small amount of value, so I figured I would just grab it. And it was complete. Next up, for free, Dark World. Oh boy. I do not own Dark World. This is a kind of HeroQuest spin-off game. It's very 3D, very cool, does hold some value online. The unfortunate part, it's incomplete. It was missing a lot of the smaller weapons and things like that. I'll probably just hold on to it or maybe sell it for parts. And, of course, we have a HeroQuest. Yeah, they just happen to have a HeroQuest. And, interestingly enough, this one was complete. However, the previous owner had painted some of the pieces different colors. There was even little paint jars left over inside there. Still cool, still lots of value in it. The box is rough, but otherwise, it was free. I'm most likely going to end up trying to sell that to someone who just wants to play it. Otherwise, guys, for non-video game pickups, that's it for the week. So let's just jump right into video game pickups. We'll start over here on the right-hand side. This guy here was at that church garage sale. So this was essentially $1, and it's a Wii Guitar Hero guitar. These are easy sells. Guitar Hero stuff is hot right now, and especially the Wii stuff because there is no dongles that are required with them. So yeah, that'll be an easy sell. Got this guitar at Value Village. It was $7.99 minus 20% off, so it was about $5 or so. And this is the Stratocaster PS3 guitar. This one's actually somewhat sought after online. Even without the dongle, they're going for about $40 to $50. So I'll probably end up having to throw that online because I'm not sure if I'll get it locally. And this, again, also at the church garage sale. This is a Team Canada. I think it's from the Wayne Gretzky a Slapshot Wii game. It was literally $1. I just figured I would grab it. I don't actually own this, so it came in a big box set. Okay, that's for that. All right, we'll go over here now. I got a controller. This was at the Steinbach MCC, $2. And nowadays, to find a PS2 controller in decent shape for $2, why not? Thought I would just grab that, maybe sell it for a few bucks. More than I paid for it. Value Village, $3.99. This is a handheld game called The King of Thai Boxing. This is not Tiger, this is some knockoff brand. I don't know, I have an affinity for weird handheld games, so I'm just going to add that to my collection. Okay, we're going over here now. We have a few games to look through. The first one, got this at the pawn shop for $5. This is Monopoly for the Nintendo 64. Don't have it, so I'm just going to add it to my collection for $5. Not that bad. This one here was at a thrift store in Grunthal, Manitoba. The price is right there on it, $5. I got a copy of Grand Theft Auto 4 Episodes from Liberty City. I'm going to add this to my collection because I don't actually own it. And, yeah, it's complete. It's got the map and everything there. So, yeah, there's that. This one I got at the MCC in Morris for $2. And this is a copy of FIFA Soccer 12 for the Xbox 360. I don't know. Not really sure why I got it, but it was $2, so there it is. Throw it in my 360 collection. Okay. This one here I got at the pawn shop. It was $5, and there's a reason I got it. So Marvel Superhero Squad for the PS2. I open it up, and on the inside, there's the game. It's complete, so I'm going to add this to my PS2 collection. But there was a loose disc copy of Blasto for the PS1. This is like a $25 game loose, so I figured I'm just going to resell the game, and I'll add this other one to my collection. So there you go. All right, we have some other games here now. Okay, yes, I remember these now. These three here, I got, these six actually, I got at the flea market. There's a really nice seller there named Nolan. If you happen to be at Thirsty's Flea Market, I highly recommend visiting him. He's got a very good selection of games. He had these 3 for $10, so I grabbed these. They were $3 a piece. Farming Simulator for the PS3. I'm going to add this to my collection. And I believe it is complete in the case. There it is. He had Liberty City Stories for the PS2. I believe this one's missing the manual, but even without it for $3, it's a pretty decent price. Yeah, it is missing the manual. He has a giant couple bins of cheap games. We have Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit for the PS2. I'm just going to throw this into my collection. It's like kind of a weird game. It is complete in the case. And then I got these 3 Xbox games to add to my collection. Ghost Recon Advanced Warfare Limited Special Edition. I have the original one. So now this one's being added to my collection. It's a double disc and it is complete in the case. I got Greg Hastings Paintball Maxed for the original Xbox to add to my collection. And it feels like it's complete, and it is. And last one there, for $3, I got Shrek 2, the Platinum Hits Edition. I have Shrek 2 already, but I've started somewhat kind of collecting the Platinum Hits ones as well. So thank you, Nolan, for that. I actually might have some more from him as well. I believe I do. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, right here. Okay. So this guy here, if you watched one of my previous videos, I found a copy of Godzilla for the PS4. I had it up on eBay. It wasn't selling. I put a post in the Canada group, and somebody offered me $100 cash, and then obviously their own shipping, and then this game here, Judge Dredd, Dredd vs. Death. This is kind of an uncommon one for the Xbox, so I was happy to add it to my collection. It was essentially free because I paid $10 for that Godzilla game and made $100 off of it, so yeah, I thought that was a fair trade, and he was happy to get it, and I was happy to get these. These two here, so if you watched one of my previous videos, I think it was in one, it might have been in the video that got deleted. I did get a copy of Tecmo's Secret of the Stars from John's booth at the flea market for $60. I had it on trade. As I mentioned, the game was worth over 100 and I think 160. So I brought it to Nolan and he traded me these 2 games for it. So first one here is Bloody Roar Extreme. This is a somewhat uncommon Xbox game. It's been on my list for a while. It is complete in the case. So he gave me this game, which I think he had priced at 80. And then this one he had at 20, and this is Beat Down Fists of Vengeance. So he gave me these two games, about $100 in trade credit for the copy of Tecmo Secret of the Stars. So realistically, I think I have, maybe at the most $10 into each of these. So that makes me happy overall. Okay, let's start with this pile here now. Value Village, Naren, $3.99. No idea why this one was cheaper than the other ones. Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. I already have this. I'll probably end up just trading it or something, or maybe selling it for $10 just to make double my profit. But no manual. But there you go. Okay, these three here were at Mulvey. I haven't been to Mulvey in a while. So this guy had a whole box of games priced at $10. There's the sticker. I said, "Are you open to offers?" He said, "Sure." I said, "Would you do 7 on this?" He said, "Sure." So Rayman 3, Hoodlum Havoc. I don't own this. I'm going to add it to my original Xbox collection. And I was okay paying $7. Visited my friend Rick's booth. If you're down at Mulvey, Rick is a great guy to deal with. He had this game priced at 10, but he did it for 12, but he did it for 10. So this is Firehawk for the NES. I'm beefing up my NES unlicensed collection again. So Firehawk. And then this one he had priced at 40, but I traded him a copy of Perfect Dark that I had got for free from that Rock Band set. So he did this game for 30. So for $30, I got Otogi Myth of Demons. Another one I was looking to add to my original Xbox collection. Still looking for Otogi 2. Now, unfortunately, this one does not have the manual, but I'm okay with that at this point. So there's those. All right, this whole stack was from a garage sale. Oh, everything here. Oof, I got a lot of stuff this week. Went to a garage sale here in Stonewall, rainy day. Honestly, didn't think there was going to be anything open, but there was. The first thing the guy has is a whole box of Xbox 360 games. And I say to him, like, "What do you want on these?" He goes, "Oh, I'll do $1 a game." At $1 a game, I'm willing to buy pretty much anything that I don't already own or that I can sell. And if you watch, I think this is in my reels. I picked this up on camera. So for $1, I got Fear 3 for the Xbox 360. Getting added to my collection, complete in the case. Now there's more to this guy's garage sale because he had more games. Batman Arkham Origins. I left behind the ones that I already had. I'd let somebody else get a deal on them. And it's complete in the case. I got Metro Last Light. So again, none of these games I own already. That's why I got them. I did leave some behind. I still want other people to find deals too. Obviously, if it was a high-value title, I'd get it and sell it. Mini Ninjas. And that one is missing the manual. Okay, so there was a couple incomplete ones, I guess, or one. I got Mafia 2. And this one is complete. Even looks like it's got a map too, maybe. And I got Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Sands. And complete, and here's the one that I really was excited to find because I had a loose disc copy, but Jurassic Park the game, quite somewhat expensive one, and it's complete. So now I can maybe sell my loose disc and add this to the collection. So that was a great deal. Now I say to the guy also had this out there. I'm gonna try to get all this here. Now, I already took the sticker off. Again, if you watch my reels, it's on there. He wanted $20 for all of this. It's a PSP 1001. Unfortunately, the battery's cooked, so it will need a battery replacement. But even at that price, it's still good. He had the following games: NHL 07, which Neil informed me was the only EA, I think, rather hockey or sports game on there, so it actually goes for a bit. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Need for Speed's Most Wanted. And he had 2 UMD movies, Gridiron Gang and American Pie. And then, of course, it did have a charger with the PSP as well. So 20 bucks for all that. And he recognized me. He goes, "Are you the video game guy?" And I said, "Yeah, again." And it was all over the local paper a while back. So I said, "Do you have any other games?" He goes, "I might." He comes out with 3 NES games, and I get excited, right? Because it's NES. You never know what it is. They were $1 each, so I just picked them up for trade bait. World Class Track Meet. Obviously, I already own all these. Wizards and Warriors 2, Iron Sword. Actually, one of my favorite games as a kid. But I already own it with the old Fabio on the front. And Hudson Hawk, which I did not realize had jumped up in price. So, yeah, kind of cool. So I got some trade bait there. So that was nice. Okay, I got all of these from Pawn Traders on Main. He had them all priced at $1.99 a game. So I paid 10 bucks for these. They're all sports Genesis titles. LaRussa Baseball 95. I figured at $2 a game, I'll just add some sports titles. Who cares? NHL 96. We got ESPN Baseball Tonight. We got NFL 98. And the last one is RBI Baseball 94. So whatever. Got some Genesis titles for $2 a piece. Okay, we're getting close to the final stuff here. Yeah, let's go through this here. This was at that church garage sale. PS2 big box real world golf. $1 is what, she charged me literally like $8 for everything. So, and my son got some toys. So yeah, not worth much, but worth more than $1. These were at a garage sale here in Stonewall. She had a bin here, $10 for everything or $2 per item. So I figured at that price, I'll just grab it all. So I got some Wii stuff. I got Rayman Raving Rabbits. Of course, I have these games already, but, for essentially $2 a game, I could probably trade some of them. Draw some games. Obviously, we got a Spyro, so this one goes for maybe like a $10 game. We got Bubble Pop. And we got a Draw Some tablet with the pen on the back. We got a red Wii nunchuck. And we got 2 Mario Kart Wii wheels. And a fake Wii remote, which I will not be using. I'll probably chuck these, they're garbage. But yeah, there you go, $10 for all that. That was actually quite a while ago. Okay, these two. This one Neil picked up for me for $5 from Rick. It's skateboarding for the Atari 2600. I'm gonna add that to my collection. And Neil picked this guy up, and he charged me $10 for it. Toe Jam and Earl. I've actually wanted this for a while. So thank you, Neil. I think he got it in a lot for cheap. So yeah, either way, he knew that I wanted it, and now I got it. Okay, yeah, we'll go to this pile here. So we went to the WallyCon, the kind of collectibles convention at the Hilton last week, and very, very cool convention. Found some interesting stuff, and Neil hit a jackpot. Lucky guy. So first off, my friend Chris, known as KMD Baby, I'll link his channel below. He had found these games for me a while back. I didn't realize he was going to be bringing them. SSX Tricky for the Xbox original. He looks out for Xbox games for me, and I look out for GameCube games. I actually had some for him that I picked up for $1, so these were essentially going to be $1. And Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005. So there you go. A guy named Andrew, I think it's A to the K Retro. I'll link him below as well. He had a booth set up there. Really nice guy. And he had these games here. He did 3 for $10. So I got First to Fight for the original Xbox. I believe it's missing the manual. But again, this is just filler title to beef up my Xbox collection. We got NHL Hits 2002. And I believe this one's complete. Yes, it is. And we got a FIFA Street 2. So that was all from Andrew at A to the K Retro. Hopefully, or A to the K Gaming. I'll link him below. And he also had this guy. He had it priced at $25, but he did $20 for me. Again, really appreciate that. This is TNC Surf Designs Thrilla Safari. I did sell this one off from my collection, so I'm happy to add it back into my collection. And Chris, our KMD Baby, also had this at his booth. This is a Simon's Quest Tiger handheld. He did $20 on it. Usually more than I like to spend, but it is a cool item, and yeah, I'm happy to put it in my collection. Now, here's the story here. So there's a guy and his girlfriend or wife setting up, and they were late, and they were trying frantically to get set up. My friend Jason, toy guy, was there already like going through his toys. So I says to the guy, "Hey, do you have video games?" He goes, "I do, but I haven't had a chance to go through them yet." He goes, "Come back in a bit, and I'll look through them." I said, "All right." So I go for a walk and do a lap around, and I'm looking for Neil, and I go back, and Neil's there, and he's got a stack of games, and Neil is shaking. That's how crazy what he got was. I can't even remember all the titles he got, but the guy charged him $10 a game, and he got Dokapon Kingdom, Chrono Trigger for the DS, Tulip for the PS2, like literally $1,000 worth of games. Unbelievable. And I was mad because obviously I missed out on it, but I was super happy that at least somebody I knew got it, because I didn't want, there was a bunch of resellers behind him just itching to get in there. So I look in the box, and there's 3 games that I got. The guy did 10 for 2 of them and 5 for 1 of them. Taiko Drum Master for the PS2. It just looked cool. I mean, I realize I don't have the drum to go with it, but for $10, whatever. I'm going to add it to my PS2 collection. This game looked really cool too. Space Bust-A-Move. Not worth much, but I actually might play this one. So for $10, that's cool, and it's complete as well. Now, he had a loose DVD case, and when I looked at it, there was a CD that said Everybody Loves Raymond Season 1, but behind it was this game. So here's the DVD case. Nobody looked at it because they didn't actually dig into it, but if you open the case up, this is Steambot for the PS2, a very expensive game, even loose. The problem, it has a pretty interesting scratch on the back. I'm hoping I can resurface it. I think I can, and if I can, it's going to get resold. Now, Neil, being in a good mood and realizing that he kind of got there ahead of me, decided he was going to buy me a game. Because he ended up selling all that at the flea market. So he bought me Battletoads for the Game Gear, which Andrew had at 50. So thank you, Neil. I really appreciate that. I told him when I sell Steambots, I'll get him something. And this guy I got at, this was from Thirsty's Flea Market. He's had it for a while. He had it priced at $46. I asked him if he'd take $35, and he did. So I ended up getting a copy of Ristar for the Game Gear. I've been wanting to add this for a while. It's one of the sort of last kind of expensive titles I need for the Game Gear, so I was happy to add that to the collection. Again, I don't usually spend that much on games, but I was having a good week, so... Okay, we're down to the final couple items. John had this at his booth. He had it at $75, which is pretty much right around where Price Charting had it at. I traded John the N64 controller that I had got. Again, I forget if I had mentioned this stuff, because I honestly think it was supposed to be in my last video. But I traded a Rock Band set that I got for free that I found here in town for a N64 purple Atomic controller, Donkey Kong 64, Perfect Dark 64, which I ended up giving to Rick, and I think I got a Mario 64, and I traded the Mario, the Donkey Kong, and the Atomic purple controller to John for Best of the Best Karate Championships. Another one of those NES titles that I'm happy to have back in my collection. Okay, we're down to the final stuff here. Now, this is an absolutely super cool pickup. I haven't been to Pawn Traders on McPhillips in a while. So I go there, and I know a guy working there. I've known him for years. Super nice guy. He always gives me deals. He always goes in the back and he'll pull stuff out for me. So he sees me coming and he goes, "You know what? Not much new, buddy." But he goes, "Hang on." So he comes out with this plastic case of loose DS games. And I open it up and I start fidgeting around through them. And right away, I already see a bunch I'm going to buy. And I said, "Well, what do you want on these games?" He goes, "Well, I don't know, man." He goes, "I was looking at like maybe 10 a game. I know some of them are kind of cool." So I put together a pile of games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. And I said, "What would you do on these 5? He goes, "Let's do $40. I said, "All right." So for $40, I got, they're all loose, Fire Emblem Fates Conquest for the 3DS, getting sold. Kid Icarus Uprising. Did not realize this game had some value, even loose. Like, these games are selling loose at the values that I'm posting below. On eBay. They're selling, not being posted at. Zelda Majora's Mask. I have a case already for this, so I'm just going to complete it now. That's the reason I got that one. Shin Megami Tensei 4. This one's got some value. Really happy to get that. Sorry, the lighting's not great here. And here's the one I wanted it for. Pokemon Platinum. Yes, a loose copy of Pokemon Platinum. Now, I left some other games behind, realizing that, you know what, they're probably not worth much more. He had actually wanted 100 for everything. So I go back, I'm talking to Neil, and I mentioned that there was a Metroid in there. He goes, yeah, I think that's like a $50 game loose. And I look it up, and it is. So I go back the next day, and he had sold a few of them, but he didn't sell that one. So he had this case left. Some of them had been taken out, and then he also had these GBA games and DS games. And I said, well, what do you want for all those? He goes, how about 40 for everything? And I said, all right, so $40 for all of these. This isn't worth as much as the last one, but I got, I'll pull them out here now. I got a Star Fox 64, or not 64, Star Fox 3D loose. Sorry, wow, the lighting is bad when I get that close. Sorry, there you go. I got a Final Fantasy Explorers. Not much value on the rest of these loose ones, per se. But again, more than 40. I got, oh, come on here. Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, loose. I got Zelda, Ocarina of Time, loose. There's that one there. I got a new Super Mario Brothers, loose. And here's the Metroid Samus Returns. This is what I actually wanted. This one might fetch me 30 or 40 alone, which this one might actually pay for everything. And then he also had these ones sitting there. He had Crash Bandicoot Huge Adventure for the GBA. None of these are worth a lot, but they're all kind of like $8 to $10 games. He had Crash Bandicoot Purple for the GBA. He had Spyro Orange, the Cortex Conspiracy. I think that's what it says. And he had this game called Time Ace for the DS. It was Konami. It looked like a shooter. I thought I'll grab it. And I believe, yes, it is complete in the case. So that is it. So thanks to Pawn Traders for a really nice little pickup. I plan to sell pretty much everything there. I'll probably keep that Time Ace, but everything else will probably get sold. My son might want to play one of those games, but yeah, most of them are going to get traded or flipped. Obviously, that Pokemon Platinum will probably get most of my money back, and the rest of it will just be trade credit or profits. So either way, guys, thanks again. Sorry this video ran a little bit longer. It's because I had just built up so much stuff. I really have nothing for my next video in terms of pickups. So, and garage sale season is ending. There's not a lot left. So this could be really getting slow for the next few months or so. But either way, once again, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, stay safe out there, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye now.